Hello viewers, and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship warm-up race taking place at Spa. And have we got an event for you today? 29 cars on track, changeable conditions as in evening, tonight to morning, with a mandatory pit stop for both fuel and tyres. That pit stop window is huge, so really allows you to play with your options. Do you do short stint? You do a long stint, you know, you split it down the middle of the road, but it really gives you options. We've also got a couple of new drivers racing today. Welcome John Collins. I think this is the first time I've seen him on track. And we've got another guy, if I can just find his name, AJ Jones. I will say AJ's pulling a couple of quick laps, so he's looking like a Group 1 racer. But we did get a 2:18. Which was Dejan Paunov, Merch's son. Absolutely stunning lap. Was close to being followed by none other than Mr. Jonathan Wood. And a few other guys are looking really quick as well in the low 2:19. So I think, yeah, we're going to see some stunning laps coming up in relation to qualification. So I think pole could be late 2:17s or 2:18s. Not too sure where it's going to lead us. What's going to happen? You know, we've seen Dejan race before. He tends to come off track and leave quite early on. I don't know whether it's because he's just there to make a mark and then go, or he genuinely has troubles and just has to leave. But 29 cars on track, going to be really interesting. Very precursor for the end of the championship as well, because as you're probably aware now, the champions in each of the groups has been decided. So eyes are now firmly on the second and third place. So I think we're going to be looking at a bit of a battle here. There's certainly the Group 2 race between Terry and Mark Christopher, because this is going to set Saturday up really, really nice. Now, Mark Christopher wasn't originally going to race, but I think he's got the bit between his teeth a little bit now and has decided he's going to race on Saturday and go for that second place within the championship. So yeah, I think it's a precursor to some great potential for the weekend. Go to the live stream now. And we're on board with Nico. And what we'll do is we'll do a lap guide once he's finished his lap. Quick hi to Kai and Jorgen. Welcome to the stream, guys. I think we're in for a bit of a treat. And we're live stewarding today as well. So just to, again, it's a trial. There's no penalties to issue after the race. So because Spa is such a big pain, I'll run on board with Nico and then we'll talk about it. So Nico's coming down the start-finish straight now. And he's going to turn right into the hairpin, which is known as La Source. Everyone should know this track. It's one of the most popular tracks that everyone knows the name of. Hi James, welcome to the stream. So he'll get his foot down now. He'll drift the car to the right, then he'll cut left as he comes into the famous Eau Rouge. He'll get the car to the left, drift the car to the right, get his power down, going up Eau Rouge, and then enter Radion at the fast section. So here it is foot flat down. Now if you're defending, you'll be on the right. If you're just racing, you'll be on the left. So you can see he's there, he's sat on the left. We'll go on board actually for the cockpit view just so you can see it from his perspective. He'll brake hard into the right hander, into Lake Coombe. And he'll go down this bit, brake at the curbing on the left hand side, and that'll take him into Bruel. Down, get the power down, keep it tapped, get the power regulated, floor it, get the car to the right hand side into Puon. Again, foot down. Sorry, this is Puon, isn't it? Ahead of yourself there. Name in the corners before we've got there. Keep the car on the inside, then drift the car and get your power down, and you should come in on the curb on the left. Yeah, you don't really want to go too far right, you will get a track limits there. We're braking just after the bridge. This takes us into Campus. Right-hander and left-hander. You can get the power down quite early on into this corner if your car's set up correctly. And then this takes us into Stavelot, which is the right-hander. Use the second gear, ride the curve a little bit. Start getting the power down, drifting to the left. And then getting the right-hander down here. And if you can, keep the power all the way round without going wide. And that takes us into the core Porphyre. Then into the fast section. Takes us into the Blanchimont, left-hander. And if you get your car set up correctly again, you can take this at full tilt. there, he's just backed off a little bit there. So I think he wants a bit of a gap behind him. And this will take him down into the chicane, also known as the bus stop. You're braking usually just after that white marker. You're going to get your car down as low as possible into that curb and almost straighten them two corners out as much as possible. I think we might see Nikos run again here just to get his lap time going. So I'll move on board with somebody else now. I'm going to jump on board with Terry Trowbridge and we'll see how Terry's doing. So his fastest so far is a 2:22. As I said, Group 2 racer, you're looking at 2:21s, I think. Might edge into the late 2:20s, but for a Group 2, you're looking at a 2:21. 2:21.4, 2:21.2, something like that. Group 1 racers, I think they're going to be in the 2:19s. As I say, they're always a couple of seconds clear of the Group 2 racers. Track this, technically very well designed. It's got everything. It's got your slow corners with the bus stop and the hairpin. It's got your fast corners, your Puyons, and it's got that fantastic straight, the Kettle straight. And obviously everyone knows Eau Rouge. Obviously it's a dangerous track as well. As recently as a couple of years ago, I think it was last year, wasn't it? Or even this year, early on in this year. I think a Formula 3 driver lost his life coming through Eau Rouge up to Vadillon, and it's one of them. If you lose the back end, you're a passenger. You see there, Dejan Paunov's just done a 2:18.3, sorry, 2:18.8. Jonathan Will's done a 2:19.12. So far, them lap times are consistent with what I would expect as lap times. We're going to see Terry do a 2:22. Oh, he's lost a lot of time into the bus stop there. He's lost nearly 3/10, 4/10, and that's a 2:22. So yeah, Dejan and Jonathan, they're going to be the two guys out at the beginning. Merch is just putting a really good lap as well. I've got no time references here, so I'm really struggling to see. Let's do on board with Mark Christopher. Mark Christopher, as you can see, is right next to Terry Trowbridge. So this is what I think is going to be the battle. We've took that perfectly. He's took that perfectly. He's got the power down. This is going to be in a 2:21.9, 2:21.8. Fantastic. So yeah, Group 2 drivers, 2:21s I reckon. You're looking at potentially 2:21.1 or 2:21.2.
Sorry, Mark. Dion has done a 2:18.8.
Yeah. I actually thought it was 2:18.3 initially, not the 18.3 Not that dyslexic. So a 2:19.2, Jonathan, Birch 2:20, and then we've got David very close with a 2:20 in the 4 as well, and then I think we're just waiting for the other drivers to catch up. We've got John Saunders who's done a 2:29, and then we've got a couple of the 2:21s, as you can see, Mark Rogers, Mark Christopher, both Team PWS, and nothing splitting them at all. Talking 12 hundredths of a second splitting the two PWS guys. Great time to mention PWS. Let's go outside so we can see the fantastic livery. Let's go to TV1 actually. PWS, preciouswashers.co.uk. Really pleased to have them sponsoring ACC TV and allows us to continue to bring this great service to you and the rest of the world, not just this community. Just think about that, the rest of the world. Mark Crystal's 1/10 up, so he's nibbling away. It's a difficult one, this track, because yeah, he's lost a bit. I'm going to go forward to Merch now, because Merch is running quick now. He was 4/10 up, but he's not anymore. I'll show the deltas on the screen just so you can see who's doing what, so you can see the deltas, and I'll put the best lap on as well, so you can see what the fastest laps are. You'll see you've got a reference point. You can see there the gap between Jonathan and Dejan is 4/10 really. I do think we're going to see others catch up in there. There's now 30 cars on track. 30 cars. This is going to be awesome. I just hope we're not going to have a wreck fest in the first corner. And as I said, we've got live stewarding. We're not going to be sending anyone for a drive-through because that'll just ruin a weekend. It's a case of we're going to be giving time penalties. Them time penalties will be issued at the end of the race. For the most severe incidents, it will be a 30-second penalty. For minor incidents, it'll probably be a 5-second penalty. So Obviously, this is work in progress. We're testing this just to understand, and Merch has bailed his lap there. Let's jump on board with John Collins, one of the new guys. He's in the McLaren. His best is a 2:25.3. He's 6/10ths up. But this will give us a good marker to understand which group these guys are going to race in, if they're going to race in the next season. Hi, Peter. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Picture's clear. No lagging or anything like that. And obviously, hopefully you'll hear the steward when there's any comments and announcements to be made. We don't know much about a couple of the drivers, so it's a learning curve for me. We've got John Collins and we've got AJ Jones, I think it is, who are two new drivers. AJ's looking pretty quick actually. He is looking like a Group 1. I think I mentioned that before, but no idea where John Collins is fitting in. At this moment in time, looking at his time, if that's his consistent time, he could be a Group 3 driver. But at this point, we really no idea. What do you want me to swing, Peter? What's the song for Spa? I could sing So Near So Spa, but half of you will get that. I know a couple of the Brits will, but I'm not really going to sing much. So he's jumped up a little with a 2:25. I'm going to go back to Mark Christopher. He was looking on a good lap. He was on a 2:21.2, and he's just been blocked by, I think that's Mike Dearlove. Well, not blocked. That's the wrong word to use. He's come up against someone who's doing a qualifying lap, because Mike Dearlove's also up on time as well. In fact, his lap time's looking really good. He's going to be in the 2:22s. I've no idea how that compares to where he was, but I think that's quite a good lap for Mike actually. I was chatting to him before, and he ended up borrowing using my setup. So this is looking like a really good time for him actually. He's going to be in the 2:22.5.6s here. 2:22.6. Now, no idea if that affairs with his best lap time, but I think he might be pleased with that. I really do think he might be pleased with that one. Another guy who's using my setup, who says it's working pretty well, is Nikos. So he's also using my setup. There's 3 people on track using my setup at the moment, and Nikos said to me he's running 2 seconds quicker than he's ever ran, because the setup works for him. And I think the other person's Melvin. Melvin's times are very similar to Nikos's times, ironically. So, who's that who spun there? Who was that who spun? That wasn't Wood. Was it one of the new guys? It was David Noble. Noble just 21. Yeah, so that's come up as showing accident. So David Noble just hit Nikos there. I don't understand why he did that.
Interesting though, we've got 4 BMWs in the top 5 at the moment.
Yeah. So are you seeing the incidents being recorded now?
Yes, I am. Sorry, yes.
Brilliant. So you can see exactly. Nikos looks like he's out on track here. Oh, he's parked it. He's that'd be a safety car, virtual safety car, which obviously we can't do. That's bizarre. Why is he not moving it?
It looked like John Collins and what was it, Noble?
It was David Noble. I was looking at the car because John Collins is in a McLaren.
Yeah, it's like they both had incidents together.
Ah, right. Nikos move now, or is he still sat there? I'll see. Oh, he's pitted now. So everyone's going into the pits. 5 minutes left of qualifying. I think it's going to be. We have lost the driver. We're down to 29. So I'm just trying to work out who. I've not got a cat and else chance. Laszlo's joined, so Laszlo's on track. AJ's trying to edge his way into the 2:19s. So he is looking pretty quick. He's now coming up behind Jeremy. Jeremy's let him go, so you can see he's a Bentley one. Hi Andreas, welcome to the stream. Very wide there. That's well within track limits apparently. No, he's gone now. That's definitely not. Yeah, you can't come round that corner where the little house is on the left and drift wide. That's a Stonewall penalty, that. And track limits penalty, and if you go too deep, it's a It's a track warning actually. You can get quite away a lot with that corner there, but yeah, there's a couple of corners you can go too far in, and then you'll get a penalty, a track warning. Sorry. Car number 4 is sat on the side of the track. Dayan's smashed his Mercedes up. That lap time of 2:18.8, very, very quick. No one's getting near it. It's quite a gap. We've got Pole 2:18 at the moment, Jonathan Wood with a 2:19, John Saunders with a 2:20. Then we've got David Noble with a 2:20. Then there's a bank of 2:20s, and only a couple of drivers of the 2:21s. Mark Christopher, obviously Group 2 racer. Terry Trowbridge is right on the brink, but he is actually going faster now. Dayan's coming out behind him, so let's see how Terry Trowbridge does. Dayan should really not interfere. Luckily Terry, I think, is too far ahead. Terry's lost his time coming up there. Both AJ and David Gerrard were both going quicker, but it seems that Rouge and Radian is causing people to lose time. It's like they're taking it incorrectly. Terry Trowbridge is down, so he's struggling getting into the 2:21s here.
You know, that's why I was expecting Reese to put a good show in here, and he's just popped in the third.
Yeah, he's good in the Bentley here, isn't he? I remember.
Don't forget they done the 24-hour event round here in the Bentley as well.
So he could do that blindfolded, can't he?
Yes, it's got autopilot switch on that one.
That's right, yeah. So interesting, as I mentioned, Mark Christopher was the highest running Group 2 driver. So I think that's a precursor for him and Terry Trowbridge on Saturday for the second place. It's going to be a great race. Can't wait to watch the stream back. Quite a few drivers putting fast laps in now. David Gerrard is half a second up. This is going to put him into the 2:19.6s, and that's going to put him in third place. If he can keep this going, he's going for third place. He's going to push Reese out. He's got around the corner well there. Still going, half a second up. This is looking like a sparkling lap here, because we nearly had all 3 PWS cars line astern. Laszlo Nemeth decided to get in the way and split them all up, or split 2 of them up anyway. Got 2 yellows on track right at the start finish. He's still half a second up. Gets this corner right. You can sometimes gain just a 10th coming down here. He needs to get this braking point nailed here now, just David. That's nailed. So far so good. He needs to get this and get the power down. He's lost a 10th there. He's gained it back. Has he got good drive? And that's going to be a 2:20 flat. So he lost a lot of time in the later complex of that, because he was doing really well. But it's another driver, and that, I think a few of the drivers have decided to give it away. Now John Saunders is half a second up. He's out the Ferrari. He's in the Lexus. He's going for a 2:19.6. 2:19.3 he's done, so he's in third place. He's just beaten Reese there. So I think that's where we're going to stand. This is going to be a grid walk. It's going to take me all week. Grid walk. I think everyone's decided it's more or less called a day. Now, I'm with Dayan here. Dayan is going for a 2:16. That is ridiculous speed. 2:16.8 or oh, that's it. He's threw it away. Although his time's not gone grey. He's lost a lot of time. Yeah, it's gone grey now. A 2:16 he was on. God, he was absolutely flying. Now his time's still showing as green. That should be a spoiled lap. Interesting. That lap shouldn't stand. Let's see if that lap stands.
He definitely found another route we ain't found.
Well, he's gone wide there, and his time's not going grey.
He spent more time off track than on it.
I know, and he's still showing as green. His time should go grey to indicate his lap's been spoilt. But now he's lost all the time. He's now going red. I'm wondering whether he's that far off track. It actually didn't register. Wow. Oh, he's definitely taking shortcuts. But that was quick. 2:16. Wow. That's not even alien. That's... God knows what that is. And there we go. And we've got just a few drivers on track while they come home to roost. Just trying to work out who's car 65. That's Peter Miles. Car 667's a spoilt lap. Who's that? That's Reese Wiggins. So Reese Wiggins' lap spoilt. And car 38 spun on the La Source hairpin. So we'll do the intro and we'll be back shortly. Hopefully everyone will have either quit or got through. If not, we might end up catching the last part of the cars finishing the drive home. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a bit of a dive to a car at the front of the grid. So give me a second, because obviously I've not been able to prepare for this. Normally I get to prepare, so you get to see all the magic happening in front of yourselves. Get rid of that, and then what I'll do is I'll do my usual, try and get my grid walk done. So in pole position we have Dejan Paunov in the Mercedes, closely followed by Jonathan Wood in the BMW, John Saunders in the Lexus, followed by Reese Wiggin in the Bentley. The first of the PWS cars of David Gerrard in the Aston Martin. And then we have David Noble, who's given the BMW a run out today. We then have another BMW of Mirch Paunov and AJ Jones, one of the new guys, in a Bentley. We then have another BMW, there's a partner pit merging here, Neil Bywater. And then we have Laszlo Nemeth in the McLaren. We have another BMW of Stefan Buckley and an Aston Martin of Mark Christopher. We then have an Aston Martin of Mark Rogers. And we have a Bentley of Terry Trowbridge. We have the first Ferrari, which is Steve Howells, and then the Aston Martin of Mike Dearlove. We then have, it's great to have back Jeremy Arabas in the Aston Martin. Welcome back, Jeremy. Good position on the grid. And Luke Dodoy in the Porsche. Melvin Garland in the Aston Martin. And we have Joe Bekovac in the Porsche. We then have Andy Skelton in the Lexus. Nikos Margaritis in the Aston Martin. We then have Peter Miles in the Porsche and John Collins, another new driver. And Peter Miles has escaped to the pits in the McLaren. We then have a McLaren of John Wilson and a Porsche of Brian Banks. And then we have a Nissan of Kevin Torrance and Manuel in the Bentley. And then we have another BMW of Terry Howard. I think Terry's missed qualifying, that's why he's at the back of the grid. So that's the runners and riders. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I'm not too sure why one of the drivers has gone to the pits. That was Peter Miles. He's actually quit.
He's had a phone call. He's got to go.
Okay. That's one way of ruining a race, unfortunately. Yeah, some fast times there, Kai, ain't there? I mean, you know, even as a group 2 guy, I'm pushing myself with a 2:21, and I'm just hopefully you didn't lose the stream a second then, guys. It paused on my machine and I was unsure what you were having, so I thought I'd just refresh my screen. It shouldn't affect the stream because the stream should carry on, but just let me know if there's a problem. We are on the start grid, and Dejan could get a penalty here. He doesn't know it. He's got a penalty coming. He needs to put his lights on. If he doesn't put his lights on, he'll be in the pits.
I believe you get 3 laps to put them on, but Depends how dark it is.
I'm not too sure if you do, you know. So he's rolling. He's rolling. This start is going to be fascinating. And obviously the replay and the action on the race itself, as it gets dark, it gets harder to see. So I'll be doing a lot of inside the cars just so you can see what the drivers are appreciating, rather than, obviously I'm not going to get much of a view from here. I think Dane will realise his lights aren't on at some point. The stream does seem like it's okay, so I'm not going to... I think it just does the throws on mine. I've done it a few times in the past. And it's it. We've gone green. Down's made a good start. And you can see Jonathan's getting close. Are we going to see an incident? There's a lot of cars there. Oh, bit of contact. One of the McLarens. Oh, that could be dangerous. Oh, he's got away without hitting the wall. That was Laszlo. Look at all them cars. Wow. And Jonathan was really putting pressure on there. Are we going to see more people out braking each other here? This is where the action's going to be. So far, so good. Yeah, Mike Dearlov's made a fantastic start there. I think it's Mike Dearlove, and there's been contact at the back. But again, it looks like a bit of a tap. Nikos has had a contact with Joe. But all drivers are still running straight. I think Laszlo, when he had contact before, it wasn't severe. He certainly missed the wall. So I think we're going to see him live and fight another day. We've got David Gerrard, who's putting pressure on Reese Wiggin here. But this is an Aston versus a Bentley. I'm going to jump on board with David Gerrard because obviously it gives us a better view. Mike Milantio, the pole time was a 2:18. One of the drivers was on for a 2:16. Thanks, Kai, for confirming that for me. And Luke is putting pressure on Laszlo now. I'm going to keep an eye on that. But a few little battles just starting to show themselves. Just remember, guys, this is a 65-minute race with a mandatory pit stop. Laszlo's just managed to pass Joe.
Just going to let the first few laps get underway before I start looking at the instance.
Yeah, that's fine. The stream is lagging. Anyone else confirm whether the stream is lagging? I'm looking at the stream here and it does look okay to me, but obviously if you guys are seeing lag, let me know. I'm not getting any warnings coming up telling me there's issues with the stream itself. Terry Howard's now making a good. Whoa! Luke nearly hit a car there. Terry Howard's on a good run here. So, yeah, there was a bit of a contact there with a couple of drivers. Right, thanks. Stream's fine. Yeah, Terry Howard's looking on a mission. Laszlo's now gaining and is passing John Collins. He's gaining his positions he lost on that first lap incident where he went up the inside and made contact with another car, and he's now looking really racy, trying to pass. That looks like Andy Skelton, and he's made the pass on Andy Skelton. Mark Christopher. Oh, there's cars all over the place there. Let's just have a quick replay on that and let's go back and see what happened. So with Mark Christopher, this is where all the action took place, and I think it was one of the cars behind, which was Neil Bywater. So I'm with Neil Bywater here. We're coming up Camel Straight, sorry. Oh, he's just hit a car. That's forced one of the cars wide, one of the BMWs, and he's regained. And Mark Christopher, he nearly took another of the PWS cars out there. And Mark Christopher made a gain there as well. So, hi Peter, take care. It's lagging. Okay. Where are the floodlights? No idea. We've got two people saying it's lagging and some saying it's not lagging. I'm going to just ask you to refresh your browsers and just let me know. There's no reason why it should be lagging. In fact, I'll see if I can open it myself and watch it as you're watching it. So just give me a second, guys. I'm seeing the stream because obviously I've created the stream, but what I will do is I'll go to jump to Steve Howells, because Steve Howells is putting pressure on on Mike Dealove here, who did make a great start. I'm just going to go to the stream myself. Oh, Kai's restarted. Thanks, Kai. Yeah, it's fine for me as well. I've just gone to watch what yours was, what you were watching. Thanks, Craig. Right, so Laszlo's looks like he's trying to eat his way through the field. He's gaining on drivers, he's passing drivers. I'm going to jump forward. Stefan Buckley is putting pressure on Neil Bywater. So Neil was in the BMW who made contact with, I think it might have been Stefan actually, and pushed Stefan wide. I think Neil is going to disappear there. AJ is catching Merch. He's gone very wide there, very wide. Interesting to see if that's a track warning, that, because he took a lot of track to gain on Merch there. So I'm just going to go to the cockpit view. You can see he's going for it there. As we know, Merch is Mr. Defender. He's defended like a lion, but this guy's not giving in, is he? He's really not giving in. Oh, that was close. Merch has gone wide. And the pair of them are still at it. Great racing. Both giving each other total respect. And he's just got the inside line, which means AJ has now passed. Laszlo's had a problem and he's losing places. He's lost 3 places very, very quickly. And I think he went wide while I was watching that other battle. I'm going to jump forward because Jonathan Wood is now putting pressure on Dayan, and he's right with Dayan. So let's go to the cockpit view and let's just see what it looks like from Jonathan's perspective. That's why I've gone into the car, so you can see what's going on from the car. Oh, that tickled me, that. Well done. That Mercy set up really well for the straights. So Laszlo's now gaining on Jeremy. Keep an eye on them all, don't worry. And Laszlo is being... Oh, Neil Bywater's off. Neil Bywater's made a mistake. And this means Laszlo in that. You can see the gaining on Neil Bywater. You can see the dust. Laszlo's had a contact with Melvin, actually. They've had a bit of a touch. Can't really see what the contact was or who was the guilty party. Whether Laszlo sent it up the inside. If he has sent it and made a pass, he will be getting an incoming penalty of 5 seconds. So watch this space with the steward. I'll make an announcement if the penalty is going to be issued. Obviously we can't do it in game for obvious reasons. Or yeah. Jeremy's really flung it over the curb. And we've got someone in the pits. Well, that's Neil Bywater. He's got damage to his car. But the pit window is open. So Neil could go long. He will get to the end if he fills up now. So he's almost getting, I'm not going to say a free pit stop, but he's going to get, in effect, a pit stop dealt with. You can see the pit stop on the board there. I've just put a number 1 to indicate the pit stop. I'm also going to change that so you can see the gap of the car in front. Laszlo's really putting pressure on Jeremy. He's got a good run here. Really good run. Going for the pass. Going to the inside. Can't really see much with the helicam apart from a pair of headlights. But he's made that pass now. He's got his braking point right. And he's made the pass and Jeremy's lost out. So I'm going to jump to Terry Howard now. And I'm going to go to the cockpit of Terry Howard. So Terry Howard is trying to gain on Andy Skelton. Terry started at the back, so he's already made 9 places up. So within 2 to 3 minutes, so 11 minutes. Now, that car in front, was it me or did it bounce? Did it disappear under the track for a split second? Have we got a connection issue with somebody? Because that car of Andy Skelton's definitely disappeared into the tarmac for a split second. Well, let's just keep an eye on this to see if we've got a connection issue for someone. So Becca Batch has gone off. Going again. So we'll go back to Terry Howard. Just went wide. Hi Krista. Thanks for watching, my friend. Yes, really good start on really difficult conditions. I think Hugh Morris was asking yesterday who's a sadistic person who thought of this as a mix. That'll be me. Luke pass. Luke is going for a pass on John Collins. He's not made it. John's just got the inside line there. He's weaving though. Not allowed to weave. It could be his car mishandling. He was in a corner. He's not defending, although he has gone up the inside. He's gone very deep. But he has kept the traction going, and he lives to fight another day. So I'm going to go back to Terry. Andy Skelton's gone very wide there, and I think we're going to see Terry pass Andy Skelton. There's a bit of a drag race going on here, and as you can see there, he's made the pass from Andy Skelton because he got a better drive coming out that corner, and I think that's one of the traits of the of the BMW. Now there is a couple of cars under there. We've got Laszlo's just past Mike Dearlove, and Mike Dearlove's now losing places after a really good qualification, and I think the quicker drivers are now starting to show, but this is a very, very long race. Now once one of the cars goes off, you know, and you have to pit early, it could completely destroy your strategy. And John Collins and Luke have gone off, and there's been an incident. Let's have a quick look at that and see what went on there. One of the cars went yellow, but then, so Luke's passed him here. John didn't want to give the position up. Let's go to the cockpit. John's catching back up to Luke. Luke's made the pass because we know Luke was behind him. Coming up the straight. We're going to brake hard. Oh, that's I think that's going to go to the steward, and that's going to be a penalty. That's the proper, completely misjudged his braking, and we can see, oh, another car's just gone wide there, and now interestingly, I'm trying to work out whether that's a driver just quit. Yep, Mr. Collins has oh no, he's not quit. Luke's not quit either. Luke's got problems with his car. As you can see, his lights I don't think are working too well. So I'm half expecting, let's just see. His wheels should be straight because he got hit from behind. So I am expecting a penalty from the steward there. As it's a rear end, he might have got away with it. But I'm sure the steward's going to be looking at that, and he will indicate to me shortly whether there's going to be a penalty. You'll hear that announced as well. Obviously, the viewers watching get the benefit of that, the drivers don't. John Collins really should have relinquished the place, so the fact that he's kept position is not right either, and I think that, you know, the gap at the moment is 2 seconds, so the 5-second penalty is justified at this moment in time. Neil Bywater's gone off. He's having a bit of a nightmare, is Neil Bywater, after having pitted. I don't know, he's really struggling with that car, really struggling. So Neil's decided to go for the BMW, and a lot of drivers have made positives with the BMW, but it's not looking favourable at the moment. Nikos's lights flashing there. Does that mean Nikos has gone off as well? No, his lights are working. So sometimes you see the lights flicker if they've got a problem. And Dayan is off. Dayan has had a big off, in fact. So let's see what happens to Dayan. So he's gone wide there. Jonathan's bit past him. And in fact, a couple of cars have passed him. It's not showing me the replay. Sorry about that. I thought it was showing me the replay. It's not doing. It hasn't gone to replay, so I can't show you that, unfortunately. He's now having pressure put on him, as you can see there from David Gerard. I think David Gerard, he's looking at that Mercedes is now looking loose. His tyres will be dirty for a bit, but he can scrub them back again. All depends on if he's damaged them. Now obviously he has got the ability to pit if he needs to pit. He's swerving quite a lot all over the road. Obviously. Oh, the back end's gone again, and that's it. That's his race over. That's a big off. He's definitely hit the wall there and bounced back out because he went a completely different way. He's lucky he's got a bit of time to come back on, but yeah, that's been a bit of a disaster. And Kevin Torrance is off as well. He's up and running again. So Dayan has gone from 1st to 12th in a couple of corners, and he looks like he's really struggling with that car now. He's going to the pits. He's doing his pit stop. So is he going for a repair, and therefore he's going to carry on racing, or is he going to bin it and call it a day? Let's see what happens. I'm going to jump back to Mark Rogers and Mark Christopher, teammates, both from PWS, our sponsors, and you know, preciouswashers.co.uk, PWS cleaning equipment. Please pay them a visit. Proud to have them sponsoring us. And I'm going to jump back to Melvin, and I'm going to jump on board with Melvin. Melvin is gaining on Jeremy. He's closed the gap down, and Laszlo is now catching Steve Howells. Steve Howells is a little bit further ahead up here, but Laszlo's getting very, very close. So I'm going to keep an eye on that, and I may switch to the Laszlo battle in a second. In fact, I didn't have to. Laszlo's made it. He's gone very, very ragged though, and I think this isn't over. Howells isn't giving up. I think he's broke very late. Is Howells going to get the inside line? No, he's not. In fact, Laszlo and Steve did actually make contact. And Merch is off as well. Well, let's see what's happened with Merch. So let's go on board with Merch. So Merch is coming around the corner. No problem so far. He's dropping down the leaderboard. Coming to the corner here. He's broke. Has he put the power down too soon and got the back end spinning round and he's hit the wall? No, so far so good there. Oh, he's avoided a car in front and he got hit by somebody else. That is so unfortunate, so unfortunate. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, they're the things you hate to see. You know, it looks like Merch had spun and he hadn't. He'd avoided a car and got hit by somebody. So although Merch had seen it, the car behind Merch hadn't. So I think the steward's going to look at that and just see what the situation is. Because if Merch could avoid it, the car behind could avoid it. It all depends on whether Merch started to spin or not. Now Merch is going again, but he's going to have back end damage. And you can see Melvin's actually managed to pass him now. Melvin will probably let him go. I don't think it was Melvin who hit him. It was someone much further up the leaderboard. I think it was the PWS car who hit him. Could be wrong. But yeah, such a shame. You can see now they're all starting to pile up here. We've got Terry in the BMW behind. Terry's on a great run at the moment. You can see Melvin and Mike Deal both going for it here. Merch is going to make the pass down the inside here, as we'd expect Merch to do. No, so far so good. Very clean racing. Mike Deal just goes wide there. He'll get a track limits warning for that. I don't think he'll get a warning, but he'll get a track limits notification. And you can see Terry's going down. Oh, had his nose cut off there by Melvin. I don't think Melvin saw it coming. And we can see one of the other BMWs of Terry is now joining the party. So let's go to Terry. Let's go to the cockpit. You see there's a car to the left hand side. He's made the pass. Terry's on an absolute... that's Merch, sorry. Terry never made the pass. So Merch is trying. Past Melvin still. Melvin's keeping him at bay. It's great racing. I've changed to this camera. Oh, that was very close. Very close indeed. Dayan's gone off again. Now it's the back of Melvin's car. All Melvin can do is see them fugly BMWs behind him. God, that's an ugly car. And having two of them in your mirror. Oh, Melvin's off. Melvin's gone wide. You can see both BMWs have managed to pass him there. Yeah, so Merch is up and running again now. I think he's just getting his oh, and Jeremy's off. Now, has he hit anything, or did he just go wide? No, he looks like he's running okay. I'm going to jump to Terry Trowbridge. I'm going to go to Terry Trowbridge and go to the chase cam, because the far chase cam gives us a better view. I know the angle's not the best, but you can see now Mark Rogers has just passed Mark Christopher. And we can see the BMW of Stefan Buckley in front of Terry. This is where, look at the shadows in the distance. How good does that look? Absolutely. Oh, contact. Buckley and Christopher. They're both going for it. Yeah, that contact's been recorded. Now Christopher's got the inside line, has he? Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. And how Terry has manipulated them two. Absolutely stunning by Terry Trowbridge. He saw it. He plotted his route. And he made it. One car spun to the right and one car spun to the left. They both come together. And Terry just went through the pair of them. Absolutely fantastic. Wow. Brilliant driving, Terry. You got a bug off there. You bought one, you got one free. I say you bought one, you got one free. That battle has now introduced Laszlo into it. So Laszlo's now seeing what's going on between these two. Stefan and Mark Christopher. Murch has gone off again. He's gone wide as he's trying to put pressure on Terry Howard. And Melvin's now managed to pass Murch again. So that's a little bit further behind us now as a result of the offs. So let's see how Laszlo does with Stefan and with Mark Christopher. Mark Christopher looking a bit wide there. Yeah, he's looking very wide. He's managing to keep it going though. So let's jump to the back of Mark Christopher's car just to see how close Stefan's getting. David Gerard is now putting pressure. Let's go to David Gerard. He's putting pressure on David Noble. PWS, preciouswashers.co.uk. Really putting pressure on David Noble now. We've still got that battle going on behind us with the other PWS car of Mark Christopher. I'm keeping focused on a couple of things here. Hi, Dimitri. Right, I'm going to jump back to this battle because this battle here, I think, is the one we need to keep an eye on. Good corner in there by Stefan. Really gained on Christopher. Getting the drive through Eau Rouge and Radion is going to be so critical to these two. Anna's going for a dive up the inside. Laszlo going for the dive there. I don't think he really had the option to do that. There was only one place Stefan was going, and I think Laszlo didn't read that very well at all there, going up the inside. I will say the steward's staying very quiet. He must be anticipating a lot of incidents ready to give them out. Stefan's gone very deep there. That could be a track warn. I reckon we might see a stop and go before the end of the race, looking at this. He's not really gaining that BMW, and you can see just how quick the McLaren was then. Mark Christopher, I'm going to jump forward to Mark Christopher because Mark Christopher's putting pressure on Terry. As we saw, Terry gained. Now the Group 2 second position is going to be between these two guys. Now this race obviously doesn't matter, but it's a showcase for what's likely to come. And Kevin's gone off, he's lost a bit of space. John Collins is back up and running again. Obviously some of these guys will have done their pit stops. I would expect a lot of the drivers to come in after 30 minutes or 35 minutes. I don't know what damage they've got. The other interesting thing with this as well is if there is damage, when they come into the pits, unless they say don't repair the damage, they're going to be in the pits a lot longer. So there's a very possible you're going to get undercuts going on left, right and centre, especially these cars where there's a big contact. So we know Laszlo's been involved, we know Stefan's been involved, we know Mark Christopher's been involved. Terry go into the pits and come out 5 seconds clear in reality. So yeah, let's see where that brings us. And Christopher's gone very deep there, as has Laszlo. So they're really trying hard. There's been another incident at the back. Let's have a look. And this was John Collins and Nikos. You can see there we're riding on board with John Collins, who was behind Nikos. Now, he broke himself before. Has he done it again and done the same incident twice? He has indeed. So that's a double penalty. I mean, that needs to go to the steward, obviously. But he's performed the same manoeuvre twice. And if I'm not mistaken, he has taken 2 people out on the end of that straight. So, yeah. Let's see what the steward's doing. He's remaining very quiet. He's got so much to look at. Are you there, steward?
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at the one of the instances from earlier. What just happened a minute ago. But I gave Jones AJ Jones. He's got 10 second penalty for earlier on.
Okay, who's the one who went into the back and made a pass?
Yeah, on up the Campbell straight. Yeah, at the end of the straight. Yeah, he got 10 second penalty for that one.
Was that AJ? Was it, or was that Collins?
Oh, I can't remember who it was now. It's been dished out.
Yeah, it was. Oh, Jeremy's off. Collins has just done one. He's just took Nikos out. Oh, Terry's off. Terry's had a nightmare. He saw Jeremy off and he went off in sympathy, and now Terry's lost 2 places. In fact, there's been a bit of an incident here. I need to look at this. I don't know whether Jeremy going off has caused a problem. Look, Laszlo and Stefan coming up the straight first of all. Oh, that's looking dangerous. Oh, what's going on? They've come together. And I think that's where Jeremy's already gone off at that point. So that incident has caused quite a few other cars to go off. Right, let's go back to Terry. We'll be going back live in a second. There we go, back live again now. And for some reason it's not showing you the car. Okay, so Terry's got it all to do again now. Oh, it's really kicking off. Calm down, guys. 39 minutes to go, and it's like it's the last lap. I mean, I know it's night time. That shouldn't really matter. Your braking point's your braking point. Craig, yeah. Good luck with that one. Sosa's just got off, but he's back up and running again. Brian Banks is going a little bit slow. And I think, is that Nikos behind? No, it's Kevin Torrance behind Sosa there. Nikos is further back. So there's no immediate racing going on. I'm doing this view so you get to see a bit of the track in the car actually. Not normally the dealer follow. John Collins is gaining on Nikos. And we've already seen him take Nikos out once. Laszlo's pitted. Laszlo looks like he's taking his official pit stop now. Now his pit stop I think is going to take longer than normal, so I'll let you know. And David Gerard's off. He's running slow. He's not hit anything. He's just gone slow, and AJ's managed to pass him. And David Gerard, who is keeping everything together. I'm just wondering whether the tyres are just starting to eke a little bit and they're just starting to squeal with the temperatures, because we're now, just gone past midnight, and I should imagine the temperatures are starting to plummet, and it'll be difficult to keep your tyres running. What will be interesting is if you pit. Oh, that's a dive. Oh, he's made it past. Has he got away with it? He has indeed. So Andy Skelton's lost a couple of places in there, but he's now, as you can see, he's got his place back. I'm not too sure whether that's John Wilson flashing him to apologise there, but definitely like there was a bit of a cut there, tried to cut his nose off a little bit. Really easing off. Be losing a couple of seconds on the straight there without a shadow of a doubt. You've got to try and really do that flat out to give yourself any lap time at all. And you can see there that obviously Andy Skelton's done that at a much quicker rate, and that's why he's disappeared into the distance, because he probably took that more or less flat out for the majority of that corner. But still a long way to go. Keep it on track. You just don't know where it's going to finish. I'm going to jump back to Terry Trowbridge, because this battle is still going on. It's only a second in it. Now Laszlo's in the pits a long time, and Jeremy's pitted. He's also received. Just looking, Jeremy looks like he's had damage because he was in the pit 7 seconds longer. Birch is off. He's going slow. He's dropping down the leaderboard after such a great qualifying. Mike Dealov's managed to pass him again now, and there we can see Terry is getting really close to Stefan. He's been very careful not to hit Stefan. He knows Mr. Christopher's just up the road. No one's pitting just yet. And we have got Terry going for the pit, an early pit stop. But this will give us a bit of a guide. David Gerard's pitted as well. So that's moved Mark Rogers up into 6th place. So we've now got a PWS at 6th and 7th place with the 2 cars running at line astern. Laszlo's coming out the pits and he's going again now. So Laszlo got a massive. So Laszlo was in the pits for nearly 20 seconds longer than he needed to be. The pits are playing a massive part if you've received damage or had contact. I think we're going to see a tip, just to give you an example. A typical pit stop you're looking to be stationary for about 38 seconds, there or thereabouts. That's the point when you stop your car, to the point you get your car rolling again when your engine restarts. Looking at this, well, nearby Waters give up. He's in the pits. Jeremy did a 45 seconds, as Laszlo did a 56 second stint. So as you can see there, they're really struggling within the pits. Howells has now come into the pits, and he's on his way out. Looking at that. Oh no, that's on his way in, isn't it? So Howells is now pitting, and there'll be cars passing him now. Yeah, Eric. A lot of cars on grid as well. Welcome to watch the stream anyway. You're probably safer sat at home. A bit bedlam out there. It's fair to say. And Nikos and Joe Bekovac have had contact. I think that looked like a bit of a love tap. Laszlo's gone off, or he's gone wide, so he's come out the pits. He's obviously broke a little bit late into one of the corners. David Gerard's coming out the pits now, and he's up and running again. So his pit stop was the 35. So David Gerard's pit stop was a very, very quick pit stop actually. Yeah, he was stationary for a short period of time. Jonathan Wood is 1 second clear. Let's jump to John Saunders. These are the guys who are pretty quick at the front. Jonathan Wood out on another fantastic run. I don't know what injury he's had to his arm, but it's brought him back a better person. I'm sure he won't be thinking that himself, you know, me arm and stuff like that, but God, has it made him a better person. And there we go, stop and go for car 70. And that's car 70 is speed in the pit lane. Mersch. So Mersch has gone into the pits and come out too quick. So he's sped into the pit lane. So straight away, he's going to have to come in and stop again. Really starting to punish people now. Andy Skelton is getting close to John Wilson. Sorry, John Wilson's getting close to Andy Skelton again. Obviously, we saw Skelton disappear and scamper off into the distance. I don't know whether Skelton's made a mistake there, and it's the lad John Wilson. They're both running, it appears to be quite slow. As far as everything's concerned, they're both with white flags, which means they're going slower than normal. And we've got Wilson now going into his pits. So Melvin's now up into 7th place, only because he's not yet decided to pit stop. I don't know if Melvin's using my setup I provided him with, but it was designed to allow you to go a little bit longer and run a short stint. Now, interestingly, the second stint is where your tyres play a significant part of the race, because you're coming out the pits and it's a lot colder, so you can't get your tyres up to temperature. So you've got to work your tyres to get them up and running again. I saw you with a 5-second penalty to car. Can't remember what it was now. AJ is just gone. He's coming out the pits. So AJ's pitted now. We've got Jonathan Wood in the pits. Oh, and who's that who's just hit him? John Saunders has just hit someone in the pits. That's really not fair, because that means Jonathan Wood now is going to get an additional penalty, that's additional delay on carrying out his pit stop. That was a bit naughty, that, by Mr. Saunders, actually bumping into him. That could have caused Jonathan actually to get a stop and go if he's caused him to go over the 31 mile an hour. But if you want to look at that, Steward.
Yeah.
Quite an interesting one. I've never seen that before, to be fair.
I will be looking at it in a minute. Just reviewing the Nikos one, yeah, with Peter Miles.
Hi, Chris. Welcome to the stream. They're miles away, aren't they? Why is the lights behind flashing? What's going on there? Oh, he's damaged. Is it because he's gone into the back of Jonathan Wood? He's damaged his lights. Because they're proper only in them.
The lights do flash when they get damaged. In the heavy braking zones, they flicker on and off.
Yeah, but he's into the pits. They're still flashing. That's really bizarre. Nikos has gone wide. I want to see what the lap times are on the pits here, so let me just go to the chase cam. I want to see which one of these two comes out fastest, because I think there's going to be penalising here with penalties, because Jonathan Wood is the quickest man on track at the moment. But yeah, he got quite a shunt coming into the pits there, and it'd be a shame if he got a penalty as a result, a time delay as a result of a punt he wasn't involved in. Car 21 has just received a 5-second penalty.
Car 21 gets a penalty for late braking, pushed off the track, to pass.
Jonathan Wood got out in front. Yeah, it looked like John Saunders got more of a time delay, so it must have damaged the front end of John Saunders' car there. So currently leading is Rhys Wiggin, but he's now on his way into the pits. As you can see, he's coming around the corner there. Mark Rogers is now currently leading. Jonathan Woods had contact. Now, who's he had contact with? I completely missed that. Let's have a quick replay there. I missed who he had contact with. He's coming out the pits, Jonathan Wood. Let's go to the chase cam first of all. He's getting himself going. He's moved left. Obviously at this point I can't see another car. Whoa! Who was that? I'm trying to work out what happened there then. Oh, was it Mr. Sosa, sorry. Oh, a bit lost at what happened then. Sosa's quit. Sosa's not on the server. Was it Sosa or was it... Oh no, there is Sosa. I'm not too sure whether it's Sosa actually. It was a green Bentley that appeared to hit Jonathan Wood, but I'm not sure who it was. So Melvin's still out. Everyone else in front is pitted. This could be the first time Melvin could be leading a race. I'm not sure if he's done it before, but he'll be milking it, as he should. Obviously, the table will sort itself out when everyone's pitted. He's got 25 minutes to go, and as I said, that car, if he's using my setup, is designed to go a little bit longer if you want to. It was always a case of if you could keep your speed being consistent, why pit? And as I mentioned, getting the tyres up to temperature coming out is so important. But the tyres on this setup for the second stint are different to the first stint, and it's designed to keep them running at proper temperature once you've done 2 or 3 laps. Granted, it takes you 2 or 3 laps to get them up to temperature. But once you've done 2 or 3 laps, they sit there pretty stable and equalise. So it'll be interesting to see how Melvin does. I know his lap times aren't stunning in comparison to the likes of, you know, your Jonathan Woods of this world, but he's been very consistent. Rhys Wiggins, oh, he's coming out the pits. I saw it go yellow. He's coming out the pits now, so he's done his pit stop. Rhys Wiggins is staying in 3rd place. After all that, Mike Dearlove's still out as well. He's not pitted as of yet. Most of the drivers appear to have pitted now. As we can see, Christopher's and Rogers are both coming out the pits together. Rogers in front of Christopher by the looks of it. Nikos is coming out the pits. He's obviously I don't know if you have a penalty. God, that was close as the BMW goes flying up the outside. Just need to lit, and Mark Rogers, oh, he's coming out the pits, and we'll get Mark Christopher coming out the pits as well in a second. So yeah, they'll be losing places, but actually just trying to work out, there's only a couple of cars in front of them that haven't pitted now, so they're going to probably equalise around this position. Mark Rogers is probably going to be in 7th place, and Mark Christopher's going to be in 10th place. And where is Terry? So Terry's behind, having already pitted. He's 5 seconds behind. So when I said he might come out 5 seconds before. Right, so Chris is asking a question there. What's the average time of the leader? So what I need to look at is Jonathan Wood. Okay, so I'm going to look at Jonathan Wood, and I'm going to look at, I've got to try and find his times, and I'm not too sure we'll get the average. No, it's not easy for me to do the average. His fastest laps are 2:19. Oh, he's got potential to do a 2:19. His best is a 2:20. I should imagine he's running the 2:21s, 2:22s as it stands. So yeah, again, I can't see where they're going there in relation. So I can't see an average. I'm sorry, Chris. I don't have that available to me. But what I'll do is I'll sit with Jonathan a little bit because he's gaining on Rhys Wiggin here. He's, in fact, yeah, he's still getting on Reese because obviously Melvin's just pitted now. This will give us an idea of the lap time. So what I'm going to do is put a comparison up of him and Reese Wiggins' time on the screen.
Sorry, Mark. When you've got a second, just drop down or mute yourself off the stream a minute. Just want to have a quick chat.
Yeah, ticks.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Sorry about that, viewers. Just clarifying a few things with the steward there. So I've got, as you can see on the screen, I've got the lap comparisons up. So Jonathan Wood's last lap was a 2:21. We'll get a more thorough reading from Reese here. So yeah, Chris, I can do a 2:21 in race setup as well. So there's been an incident. Terry Trowbridge. Let's just have a quick look at that one. Him and Brian Banks have come together, so let's see what's happened here. There's Brian Banks in the Porsche. This one could be one for the steward. Now, interestingly, he's passing a back mark. Oh, not too sure what happened there. Now, that looked like a drift to the left, and there's not much Brian could do from what I could see there. Brian kept his position on track, so yeah. I just noticed there's a bit of a change in the game. Since the update, when a replay's done, it seems to go to a black screen. Kevin Torrance is coming out the pits now. So we were with Jonathan Wood anyway, so we're riding on with Jonathan Wood now. He was trying to catch on Reese. You can see Reese's last lap. I'll put Reese's lap time back up again. It was a 2:21.487, so Jonathan Wood's consistently in the 2:21s. So there you go, Chris. If you're in race setup, you're competing with these guys. So, you know, take a lot of heart from that. Now, I say that, if Jonathan passes Reese, we might see him disappear. Because his best lap time's a second quicker. Mind you, so is Reese Wiggins's. And don't forget, these tyres will be coming up to temperature. They're going to take 2 laps to get going. And Terry's had a mistake. He's off. Let's see what's happened with Terry. He's come out the start finish. Oh, he's not dropped it. Oh, Rouge has he? He's coming down. He's losing places. I don't think he's pitted, but he's losing places. He's dropping down the leaderboard. That's fine. Oh, he's got sideways. Oh, is he in the wall? He's made it without hitting the wall. Wow, he got away with that one. Proper got away with that one. Right, quickly back, and I've lost the stream back in a second, guys. This is because of a bug in the software, and I'm going to go to Jonathan Wood. Okay, I have to remember that every time it goes to replay now it cuts off. I don't know the reason why. I'll mention that to the ACT TV guys, because it doesn't seem to relinquish back to where it was when the replay finishes. It used to work that. Ooh, Jonathan was very late under braking there, and you can see now John Saunders is involved. You can just see behind. John Saunders wants the bit. He's looking down that road. And we've had a 5-second penalty for car 97. That's Terry Trowbridge.
Yeah, he's been given a 10-second penalty for passing, but he moved across into the guy who was overtaken and punted him off into the barrier.
So he did move left, which is what I thought.
Yeah, he moved left. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he'd done that. Yeah, you're right there, Chris. Actually, nice flat spots. So he comes out the pits with a brand new set of rubbers on and goes and slides sideways on the Kemmel straight and completely obliterates his tyres. Terry is after Brian Banks again here. So this is where the penalty was given. Terry really doesn't want to... Oh, Brian's done him a favour. Brian's got his braking point really, really wrong, and that's a free ride for Terry. Let's go back to Saunders. This isn't over. We've got 19 minutes to go, and the times, just so you can see, John Saunders has done a 2:19.8. So since he's come out the pits, he's got his tyres up to speed, and he's doing a 2:19.8. That is over half a second quicker than the two guys in front. If he gets a really good run, he's going to make a move here. And Noble's gone off. Now, interestingly, I've got something I've not seen before against David Noble's pit time. It says an R next to it. Brian Banks is now pitting, so he's decided to go to the pits. He's the last one, I believe, who needs to pit. So I think all drivers will have pitted from that perspective. And you can see he's getting good drive. He's just got his corner wrong there coming out of the bus stop. Terry Trowbridge is putting pressure on Steve Howells. Oh, and he's not. He's binned it. Let's see what he's done. Terry's having a bit of a nightmare now. I wonder if that is his tyres. When he's done the flat spots, he's completely destroyed his tyres and he's overheated the surface. He's too far on the grass there. Yeah. He's having a nightmare, isn't he? He's lost a place there. I'm wondering whether Terry's calling it a day. Yeah, he's pitted Terry. I think he's calling it a day. Come on, back to here.
I wonder if he's not got his tyres, correct tyre pressures on.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because well, not only that, but going out like he did on the Kemmel straight, that's going to annihilate your tyres, isn't it?
Yeah, he's probably come out with the wrong tyres and come straight down and realised he's got blue tyres and wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
This new tyre mod's a bit tricky on that one, isn't it?
I want to see how Melvin's doing, because Melvin's using my setup. I'm a bit intrigued to see. Melvin's times aren't too bad, actually. That implies his tyres are up to speed. I'm going to jump forward to Jonathan Wood, because there's back markers in now. Oh, look at that. Sweeping round the back marker of Brian Banks is there. He's not giving up, is he, Jonathan? He really wants to get going, does Jonathan Wood. Rhys Wiggins, though, he's just done the endurance here. He knows this track like the back of his hand. And we all know that the Bentley can be made a very, very wide car. And there's been another couple of cars off. Luke Dodoy and Brian Banks have both gone off at the back. Both back up and running again. Whoa, Rhys is deciding he wants to go doing a bit of farming. To the grass there, all the dust coming up. Both making round. Oh, he's gone very, very wide there. Rhys, he's just got away with that. He kept his tyre. He's gone defensive here. He knows he's under threat from Jonathan, so he's fighting now, is Rhys. He really is fighting. If Jonathan gets the right run, he's going to take him on the Kemmel straight. He needs to have that car set up so when he comes out of Eau Rouge, he's there on the back end, because the drag alone will take him past. Yeah, he's got a good run here. This is a good run. Very, very close. Are we going to see a change? Yeah, there you go. Now he's going to go defensive, but can Jonathan get that run? Going for the outside. He needs to make that pass. And Bentley's absolutely flying. He's going to break the latest. Jonathan just didn't get far enough past. I mean, once he pulled out, the Bentley just seemed to keep its own speed. Oh, and that's it. Oh, no. What's happened there? Jonathan saw Reese go wide and tried to overcompensate in case he come back on track and nearly lost it himself. Exciting stuff. And now that's opened it up for Saunders.
John is in there like a rat out of a drain pipe.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? There's the door open. Yeah, I'm coming in, thank you. I don't need a second invite. And now Reese has got Saunders to fight with. So I think Reese got lucky there. Oh, well, I thought we were going to see Jonathan. Jonathan's not giving in, is he? He's really going for it here. Good. Saunders going through this little complex now into Stavolo. Oh, and Jonathan Wood's off. Oh, that's a big off. What happened there? Let's have a quick look at what happened. Can't get the replay up. Come on. Let's have a quick look. There's the replay. Let's see what happened there.
Oh, such a shame. Looks like he caught the rear on the curb.
He's gone round. He's fine there. He's put the power down too early. And then, oh, he'd survived it until he shot across the track. And then once he shot across the track, that was going to be the... he's his back end. That's a bit of a shame, that. And he's now lost third place. So AJ, on his first outing, is looking for a podium. Let's go back to the front. Oh, Melvin's lap times. Wow. From Melvin's tyres, talk about coming into play. He's done his fastest lap since he's pitted. I think that might be Melvin's best lap ever, that, actually. That's a phenomenal time for Melvin, that. That means his tyres must have come out the pits absolutely tremendous. In fact, I'm going to jump back to Melvin, because Melvin has gained on Mike Dealove massively here. Such a stark difference in times. He's he's a second and a half quicker than Mike Dealove in front of him. No wonder he's caught him. What a... Absolutely flying. He's owning it like a boss. And Mike Dealove goes wide. I think we'll still see Melvin. I'm just going to go back to the front quickly. Saunders. Excuse me. They're coming up to another back marker. Can they get past the back marker? They managed to get a good position before when they went to go past. We don't want the back marker spinning across. They're getting the blue flags. And I think that was John Wilson who's let them go there. Yeah, that was John Wilson. I can see he's coming up with the white flag. He's lost a bit of time. And Reese has gone wide again. He's really struggling, Reese. He's just seems to be just going off track a little bit and losing traction. A bit ragged. Just watching him, it's, you know, when you watch Driving Styles, John Saunders to Reese, John's nailed. And we've now got, I think we've got a problem with Jonathan Wood because he's just been passed by David Gerrard. Jonathan Wood's car must be damaged. Because he seemed to let David Gerrard pass very, very easily then. And you can see...
Yeah, I think he's got 12 minutes to go. I don't think he wants to box that thing out. I think he's just going to try and carry it home to the end.
You can see he's losing pace, can't he? He's just disappearing.
It was a big heavy impact on the front end, so yeah.
I wonder what his steering's like. Let's go to his cockpit. His steering's alright. It's not accelerating, is it? It's no top end. It doesn't seem too bad. It's not got the same grunt as the Aston in front now. He's definitely struggling with something. Back to Melvin. Change the view so we can see from the far chase cam, just so we get to see a bit more light in the game. I think we're going to see Melvin pass Dealove here. In fact, Mike Dealove did one of his fastest laps the last lap as well. In fact, it was his fastest lap, but he'd gone wide in doing it. So he's responded to Melvin. Yeah, Jonathan Wood's really struggling. He's got white flag again. That means he's going slower than he should be, that part of the track.
Yeah, it'd be good to sit on Reese's rear wing to see John attacking.
There we go. These two guys have got 10 minutes to go. 55 minutes raced. And it's going to come to a conclusion at some point. We still have 22 cars on track. We started with 31. So a lot of drivers disappear. Laszlo saying, did anyone see Buckley put me out at Kemmel in round 12? No penalty, ruined my race. Round 12, no penalty. Where the penalties work, Laszlo.
Is it lap 12?
Was it lap 12 or round 12? We didn't have Spa at round 12. Kemmel. So lap 12, okay. No penalty. We are trying to keep track of incidents, Laszlo. We only have one steward at the moment, and there has been a hell of a lot of incidents recently. We have also been applying penalties as well, so there's a possibility Stefan's already had a penalty applied if it was Stefan.
He has got a penalty earlier on for pushing off wide.
Right, yeah, so there was a penalty issued, Laszlo.
I'm just going to recheck that one now.
Yeah. Just for your benefit, we did spot incidents. We see them coming up on the screen. The steward then reviews them, and time penalties are being issued. Right, okay, around, yeah. Corner 12, right. Corner 12. Yeah, I think a penalty's been issued for that one, Laszlo. Right, I'm going to switch because we've got Melvin right with Mike Dealove again. As we can see, Reese has pulled away a little bit. Melvin's not giving up. In fact, Melvin has just done for himself again his fastest lap of the race. Now to the fast guys, this isn't a quick lap, but for a Group 2 guy, a 2:22.9 in race trim. Oh, he's going to be loving this, Melvin. He weren't going to race. I sent him his setup. He said, oh, I might give it a try. He messaged me before the race and said, I've got a bit of a problem with this and this. What can I adjust? I told him what he could adjust to compensate to fix the problem. He never got back to me, so I don't know if he tried it. But if he did, wow, how's it worked for him? He'll message me after anyway. As he's called, the grumpy old man. He won't be too grumpy after this. He had a cracking finish at Bathurst. He finished 5th at Bathurst. Oh, Dealove going in deep to defend the line. Oh, he's just got the drive. Oh, Dealove's gone very wide there. White flag being waved. That's John Collins is going slow. Can't see where he is on track, so we can't really say. Jonathan Wood's really losing time now. He's got major problems, Jonathan Wood. Steve Howells is going slower than he should be as well. But maybe he's just trying to recover his acceleration. Look at Dealove go up there. Oh, very wide though. That could be a warning. And again, you can see how quick Melvin is going up through Eau Rouge there. He is much quicker than Dealove through there. He must be going flat out. This is the
Stefan did get a penalty for that incident.
Yeah, so Laszlo, if you can hear, we did penalise Stefan for that. He did get a penalty for it.
And a consequence, Steve called Laszlo when he came back on the track. It was a racing incident. Steve couldn't know about that one, so
yeah. So a penalty was issued, Laszlo. So we can see all the incidents as they happen if the game logs them. The game doesn't log them, which occasionally it doesn't. There's nothing we can do about it if we don't see it. But where the game is logging them, they are being checked. I don't know how many penalties have been issued, but I have seen it coming up with penalties here, penalties there. We've decided, Laszlo, that we're not doing drive-throughs or stop-and-goes purely because of the length of the pit, and you just end up losing 2 laps. So we've decided to do time penalties, anything from 30 seconds down to 5 seconds, dependent on the incident. I will say, Laszlo, that's not Stefan's style. Stefan's a very clean driver. If he's done it, it was not intentional. He's made a mistake. And I'm sure he will apologise. He's that type of person. Or he's certainly not an aggressive driver. Come on, Melvin, you can do it. Come on, Melvin, you know you're going to do it. Just get your lines right. Mike D-Love gets that corner nailed every time. Oh, Melvin's got a good run here, and that's twice now. D-Love's done that. He's pushing the limits there. He really is pushing the limits. He's not gaining an advantage because obviously he's not passing him, but let's see if Melvin gets a good run down here this time. Because Melvin does seem to get a good run through Eau Rouge and then up to Radion. Yeah, it's a good run up there again. I don't know if he's enough to take Mike D-Love, but he's Melvin's going to be enjoying this with his new wheel and his new setup. He'll be buzzing after this. Consistent with his braking as well. Braking at the same place every time and getting that car around the corner. He's much neater than Mike D-Love at this point. You can see he's not having to work the car as much. And that's why I think his tyres are in a better state. He's just not putting the car under pressure. But he's keeping the pace with Mike in front of him. Jonathan Wood's really struggling now. He's got 4 minutes to keep ahead of Mark Rogers if he can do it. David Gerrard's 10 seconds up, so he's losing an average of 10 seconds in about 5 minutes. It'll be close. Baptism of fire for AJ Jones and John Collins, I think. Realising what we're all about and probably thinking, crikey, there's some quick guys there.
Pit window is now closed.
And that's the pit window closed, so any drivers who haven't performed their pit stops will now receive a penalty at the end. I can't see that with the view I've got. I can only go from what the game thinks has been applied. We can see Melvin's going for a pass on Brian Banks, I believe that is. We will let him go. Melvin's made it easily, but he's had to back off on a very fast corner. He's lost a lot of time now to Mike D-Love, so Melvin's probably going to settle for this, unless Mike makes a mistake. Mike goes into that corner very deep every time. And they both decided to run off track this time. Yeah, the last lap times have really slowed down, and I think that's just upset the balance a little bit. Bit deep there, Melvin, but he's got it going. He's kept it going. He's on par with his fastest lap at the moment. If he can keep this up, he's looking good. Mike D-Love's going round. He's using his brakes up there. Mike D-Love then. Melvin's not. Melvin's going for it. Steve Howells is off. He's really struggling, Howells. Has he got a problem? No, he's managed to recover it. I was going to say, because D-Love and Melvin are catching him up. Mike goes very deep there. Very wide. I think he's looking for another track to go on. Melvin wants to be careful of the curbs there. Just don't get the power down. Right, I'm jumping forward. Mark Rogers has caught Jonathan Wood. I did say there's a problem here, and I do feel Mark Rogers is going to get Jonathan on the straight. There's just no power in Jonathan's car, and he knows it. He's not going to fight because there's nothing to fight. You know, when you've got a damaged car. And there's a back marker coming up as well now, which is going to add insult to injury. Jeremy's just got off track, but he is running again. Look at the speed difference. Massive speed difference there. Yeah, you can see the lights flickering. And Jonathan Wood, he knew he couldn't defend that. and Wood now loses another place. Mark Christopher's 17 seconds behind, so I don't think he's going to be affected by that. We're going to jump on board now with Reese Wiggin, who's coming home to do, I think he might get another lap in, Reese, actually. 34 seconds to go. We'll ride on board with Reese, and I'll keep an eye on the other the other races just to see.
I'm not going to say I called it.
No, definitely not. I'll tell you though, Wood was looking good for it until that. It all happened when Reese went wide, and it just seemed to upset Jonathan's thought, didn't it? Because he then went to the right. Oh, we've had a bit of an incident at the back. Just see if I can get to that. It was a love tap. I won't bother about that. It was a bit of a love tap. Reese is coming to, and this is it. Reese Wiggin wins the race, followed by John Saunders, followed by AJ Jones, one of the new guys. He's going to be loving that. And then behind him we've got David Gerrard in the PWS car, preciouswashers.co.uk, PWS cleaning systems. And then we've got one of the other PWS cars of Mark Rogers. He's just coming down into the bus stop. Yeah, another good run there. And then Jonathan Wood is going to make it count. But you can see his car's looking rather damaged. That's definitely going to need a bit of work on it. But he has made it. Mark Christopher, the third and final PWS car, meaning all three PWS cars come home in the top 7. Terry Howard, who come from the back and has finished 8th. And that to me is driver of the day. What a fantastic run from Mr. Howard. He started at the back and finished 8th. Absolutely outstanding. Right, Steve Howells is still coming home here. Let's just sit on board with Steve Howells as he comes down towards the bus stop.
Car 103 got time penalty for rear-ending on the Camel Straight.
Okay, John Collins earlier. He's done that twice. He's got his braking.
Got to learn.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the point of the live stewarding. And then Melvin Garland, who so close to getting driver of the day. Absolutely awesome. And that's it. Race is over. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'm just reading. Holy crap, that was fun. Brilliant. David Noble, my dinner's ready.
Melvin's now jumping on the bonnet of his car.
No, let's face it. Melvin's thinking that was brilliant. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Really appreciate that. And it's the Constructors' race tomorrow. I'll be back for that. Thanks very much to the steward for doing a fantastic sterling job. And I'll bid you good morning, good day, and good afternoon, depending on where you are. And sign off. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Bye, all.